it's Pamela. This week I am back with some more Czech cuisine, and I will be making roast pork with dumplings and sauerkraut, or KnedloZeloVepřo. This is a very typical Czech dish. Like when I did schnitzel, this is also very popular. If you ever wondered what Czech food is like, this is the dish to try. So I have my meat over here. All right, looks like that. It says boneless pork loin roast, sold in the bag. Since it already takes a long time to prep and cook everything, I thought I'd just make a little bit more. So I got 2 of these actually. So then we'll just have a lot of leftovers. First, I just need to open the bags, and then I'm gonna wash the meat, and then I'm going to lightly salt it and add cumin to it. So I'm gonna go do that right now. I'm gonna take this over the sink. And also put the fat side down. I always try to wash my hands in between doing everything. And then I'm gonna pour a little bit of water under the meat. I'm gonna take about like half a cup of water, not too much, and just pour it under. And you need to take aluminum foil and lightly cover the meat, similar to when we did the Thanksgiving turkey. So now we need to set the oven to 325 degrees, and we're gonna leave the meat in for about 2 hours, but we're gonna keep an eye on it, maybe check it an hour in to see how well it's cooking and how it's going. The meat shouldn't be so tough. It should almost like easily start to separate when it's fully cooked. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the dumplings. Our primary ingredient will be Wondra, and this is just quick mixing flour, enriched bleach all-purpose flour, but this is different than the plain regular white flour that you use for your other everyday things. You really need to get this kind for the dumplings to turn out right. And you're just gonna pour the whole thing into your mixing bowl. And a pinch of salt. And now, very important, your baking soda. This is Clabber Girl double acting baking powder, and about just 1 tablespoon of that. And now mix it up right now when you have these dry ingredients, so that the baking powder will be spread evenly and the dumplings will turn out well. And now you're gonna need 1 egg. Just cracked it over the sink. Put that in there. And then about 1 cup of milk. And for your final ingredient, you're gonna want to cut a little bit of pieces of bread to go in it. This is just regular French bread. So just cut about a slice. And you're gonna make just like little cubes. And you're gonna want about a handful, just like that. Now mix it all up. I'm gonna switch to using my hands to mix all the ingredients well. And I'm gonna end up with 2 dough balls. And then I'm gonna gently roll them out on this board. And I'm gonna end up having these 2 rolls. And on your board, you can put some regular plain white flour because it's gonna get sticky. Gonna check on the meat. Trying to even out the juices. It seemed to be collecting on one side. Gonna try to get some juice on top. The meat looks a little pale to me, so for the second hour, I'm gonna adjust the temperature. I'm gonna increase it to 350. Now, while we're waiting for the water to boil for the dumplings, I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the sauerkraut. That's also gonna take a little while. It's gonna take like 45 minutes for that to cook. I'm just gonna open this and empty the whole container. All right, kind of struggling. Oh my gosh, I got it open. Oh my gosh, probably should get some sort of jar opener. The sauerkraut is really dry. We're gonna need 2 cups of water and the cumin seeds. And now we cook it. We put the lid on and over medium heat. Water is boiling. And there's the other one. For the dumplings, the lid is going to be off, and you want to move them just a little bit so they don't stick to the bottom of the pot. And they're going to be cooking for about 25 to 30 minutes, and they should eventually rise to the top. Rise to the occasion. Time-wise, it's looking good. It looks like we might have everything ready at the same time. The meat, the dumplings, and the sauerkraut. That would be awesome. So while all that's going on, we have one more thing to do. We need to saute some onions for the sauerkraut. Be sure to check on the sauerkraut occasionally and stir it a little bit. I'm gonna need like half an onion. Here we go again. Oh my gosh, real tears. Look at that. Saute till it's golden brown. Looks about right. Looks like the dumplings are done. We don't want them to split open, so we need to take them out. Get your tongs. Okay, so the dumplings are out. The onion is okay. And now the meat is beeping. I gotta go check that. But first, the sauerkraut. Okay, it looks a little bit dry, so I'm gonna add half a cup more of water, and I'm gonna add about 3 tablespoons of some brown sugar. And in case you put too much sugar or you like your sauerkraut really sour, you can always add a little bit of vinegar. I think this will be good. Now I'm actually going to leave it uncovered. I'm going to raise the temperature again to 375 and leave it in for like, I don't know, like 15 more minutes. So it gets a little bit more of a better color. Now I need to finally combine the sauerkraut and the onion. And now mix that up. So we're almost there. Finished sauerkraut should have this light goldenish brown color. Now we need to slice up the dumplings, and to get nice cuts, you take some thread. Yes, thread. And you go like that. Slice it up. You don't want to go too thick. And then you can finish up the cut with a regular knife to slice it all the way. The sauerkraut is done. About 10 more minutes. Mama, I made dinner. And dinner's done. Woo! Cheers. So bon appetit or dobrou chuť. So I like the meat. It's not too salty and it's not too bland. And then the dumpling. I was worried that they were a bit way too chewy, but they're all right. They probably would be this texture in the restaurant too, on the chewier side. Some people like it like that. My mom tends to make them more fluffier, which I prefer, but they're okay. And then the sauerkraut. Yeah, I think it's just the right amount. It's not way too sour. I think it's just the right amount of sour. I didn't over sweeten it. I did not need the vinegar at all. So overall, I say I'm pretty happy with this. It's decent. So I'm gonna go finish this, and that will be all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, as always, to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all again next time. Bye.